Hi, this is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com's DevOps TV here at 2016 San Francisco DevOps Enterprise Summit. Happy to be joined by Jim Stoneham of New Relic.
Yes, thank you.
Jim, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Alan. Great to see you again.
Great to see you. Speaking of great to see you again, the last time you and I were doing a little video, you were with a company called Opsmatic. And I think at that point, you guys were it wasn't yet announced that you were part of New Relic.
Correct. Yeah, we joined New Relic about a year ago, almost to the day. And it was official, but not public yet because of SEC rules and all that. So yeah, we've been part of New Relic for about a year now. And we've been taking what was the Opsmatic product and platform and have built it into a new product called New Relic Infrastructure. We announced that as a beta in August.
Yep.
We've had over 400 customers using it since then.
Great.
And we are today announcing that it's going to be ready for everybody next week at our FeatureStack conference.
Really?
So really excited
about
that.
Where is that conference?
In San Francisco.
Okay.
We have around 700-800 customers coming into San Francisco or joining us locally. And
that's great.
It's a big yearly conference where we roll out all our great stuff, basically.
And it's called New Relic Infrastructure?
The product's called New Relic Infrastructure because that's what it monitors, basically. All this crazy dynamic infrastructure everybody's got these days.
And it really, as you and I were talking off camera, it kind of represents the synthesis of Opsmatic coming into New Relic.
Right. So
in a lot of ways.
So Opsmatic was all about kind of tracking and detecting change because everybody's moving faster, deploying faster, and Docker containers coming and going, and instances spinning up and down. So all that change was causing a lot of people headaches. You remember the NYSE outage not long ago, all configuration change related. So Opsmatic was focused on that tracking of the config change, and now we've married it with the New Relic Insights data collection on the metrics side. So we've got host health and changes together. So when you've got a problem, you see a graph going crazy, you can see immediately what changed, and you're kind of moving forward with confidence because you know everything that's going on. So it's really that whole picture of your infrastructure within one product. So we're really excited about it.
Excellent. And of course, Jim, you mentioned that this is being announced today. Several other announcements coming from New Relic today as well. Why don't you share those with our audience?
Sure. Yeah. So we're kind of announcing a collection of new features to what we call our digital intelligence platform, and the digital intelligence platform is really based on kind of the core of New Relic Insights and our kind of multi-tenant database in the cloud, which we call NRDB, New Relic Database. And it's really enabling customers to bring all sorts of data into one place so they can really look at their business from business metrics down kind of to the metal, basically. And part of those announcements include things like adding dynamic baselining for all the data that we're capturing, being able to do an alert off of any random query you want to do. So if you've got all this data sitting in New Relic Insights, you can create a complex query that says, if this, then that, and fire an alert when it happens. So it gives customers way more control over kind of the amount of alerts they're getting. And then we've added mobile crash analytics to our mobile product too. So there's full visibility into what happens when the apps crash and all that. And then of course, New Relic Infrastructure rolling out available to customers next week. And that product is what you know of as Opsmatic with kind of this host health. Plus we also are adding another 13 integrations with AWS services as well. So infrastructure is not just what's in your data center or in the cloud, it's also those services you're running from other people, other PaaS services, basically. So we've added a number of the most popular Amazon services that we're monitoring as well. So now you've got your whole infrastructure in one view, and you've got this intelligence platform with New Relic that's kind of from the metal to the application, to the user level at browser mobile, to synthetics checks from external, and all wrapped into an insights dashboard.
Wow.
And it's, the digital intelligence platform notion is really driven by customers who we go into their sites and we see these these big displays with checkouts at their e-commerce site down to application performance, and we're seeing them build these incredible dashboards. So we're bringing that notion forward in terms of how we talk about the platform. So really exciting.
Yep. So digital intelligence.
Yep.
Excellent. So Jim, you and I were talking before we went live on our video here a little bit about the whole notion of, for so long it seemed that people were focusing on big data for big data's for big data alone, not realizing that you could take 10 pounds of crap basically and you stack it up and you got 10 pounds of crap without analysis, without some intelligence. Digital intelligence in this case, it's worthless. Worse than worthless, it's a boondoggle, right? And people just churn through cycles using it, and to me that really seems to be kind of New Relic's reason, new mission, right? Is bringing digital intelligence to big data and to disparate data sources.
Couldn't have said it better. I mean, I think it's a combination of some work we're doing around machine learning. I can't talk about it today, but next week we'll be talking more about that as well, kind of making more sense of the large quantities of data you have. But also, quite frankly, from pretty much day one, New Relic and actually Appsmatic as well, we've always focused on kind of intelligent collection of data as well. So yes, you can grab all the logs, but then you've got all the logs.
Right.
So we're trying to focus on capturing the data that really matters when you're trying to evaluate your digital business, at the application level or the infrastructure level. So you're not dealing with this huge haystack. You've got many more needles to haystacks, basically. So starting with more structured and kind of thoughtful data, and then, of course, layering on things like machine learning to get more insight out of that as well. And stay tuned for next week. We're going to be talking about some cool stuff then, too. Sorry to tease you, but... there's some news today and some news next week, basically.
Look, it's not the first time I've been teased. Anyway, so Jim, I mean, it sounds like it's exciting. We're always interested in what's happening with New Relic.
Yeah.
And what do you think of DevOps Enterprise Summit so far?
Oh, it's just getting going. I mean, this is the morning of the first day. But what's exciting to me is not only hearing what's going on stage and these amazing stories of transformation, but just reconnecting with people that I see more than once a year typically. They'll be here, they'll be at VelocityConf and other places, but reconnecting and hearing how their progress is going. I ran into a colleague from Starbucks who had a big challenge with one of their systems, and they've now kind of been able to make a lot of progress in the last 3 or 4 months.
That's great.
And that's just awesome to hear, because this conference is all about customers helping other users helping other users be more successful, and this is a great place to share all that knowledge and best practice.
That's good stuff. Jim, what exactly is your role with New Relic now?
Yeah, so I'm head of product for the infrastructure product. So it's that product team, it's the original Appsmatic team, plus we've actually more than tripled the team as well. And we're just very focused on this whole question of like what's going on with this dynamic infrastructure and how do we make the data more useful to customers and keep expanding kind of our surface area of what we're monitoring for folks and giving them more useful insights. So that's what I do at New Relic these days.
You having fun?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Great.
I mean, Lou Cerny, I don't know if you've met Lou or not. This is the founder and CEO of New Relic, is just an awesome product guy to work with and really cares deeply about these dilemmas customers are having with data. And he likes to say we want to be the first best place to look to understand your digital business. And I totally agree with him. And like the fact that we work together on product, see the CEOs that involved is just an amazing company to be at. So I'm really excited about it.
Very cool. Jim Stoneham, New Relic, talking about New Relic's new digital intelligence platform.
Yep.
And a bunch of other announcements here today, as well as next week's New Relic User Conference.
Future Stack, next
Future
week.
Stack
Yep.
here in San Francisco. Jim, maybe we'll check in next week and see what's going on there.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Jim Stoneham, New Relic here at DevOps Enterprise Summit. This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com's DevOps TV. Thanks.